I'm highly grateful. Say me I join here. Maminko ahomane so na yenkoye ejuma emra. Now there is a lot of issues happening within the New Patriotic Party. Now it is again said, it is expected say week Munarenpon. Makokwe committee no likely said this week one more report at the but concerns about who leads the party going forward no ashasia critically apejane home so in the party. Mamine Dr. Amakye Boateng and political analyst, and then he's as well with a year the KNUST senior lecturer. Meneno Endi and Komano pay doc and opportunity to become batching. But you're not informed to say
Radi Yesu Kristo adaroma ne hoye.
And I trade your pass that opens you that's a papa say waje so. Enti the kind at what point in time and what should a political party in just about 3-4 months ago what co-position from government quite ben says so mufaso etoto omoniema na e bounce back again na yemra the substantive ones.
With a massimi chat for eko bia no se former eko informal eko a na se wo munimo na se wo munimo
Kessben
e bia no bibi o ha e friend constitution en hyehyeye entiasie bia wo mo a o mo ye kuma no agitum na emma wo mo timi edi djuma wo mo edi enzema NPP mu no constitutional breaches. Mimi de mintiasia me say omo constitution omo wo sisia no omo ani nyi ho a omo nya de omo ani gi ho omo hwe party no every emra omo pagya party no esi ho na party no atena sia aba beto ne also omo hu say na no aba ekotuye no na enkugu a omo diye no ebinsi da in the Fourth Republic NPP omunko hoda omunko ho enti bibi poto pa asikodu mu but Makokwe's committee's report constitutional breaches onya bibi fufu bia nka ho
okay
party no entutuye mu no internally no constitutionalism anye adwuma. Constitutionalism ye se wo hwe se wa wo ekono mra no amodi atintim no modi ye adwuma enti basa the mere existence of a constitution the fact that people were constitution no and just say wo modi wo constitution no eye adwuma enti they simply did not play by the rules of the game. Magokwe report on fa bibi fufuru bia ma
I see.
It is like in the book of Israel had no king, and so everybody did as he or she pleased. So every happen see what NPP mu, omo constitution, omo tugui, ubia di ope, titu, kwanya omo ne the electorate, enyan kutahuntie. In their use of public resources and the way they engage society in general. At this level, I'm looking at Anado's government. The use of public resources relative to the Ghanaian society. Ningina kaho bano ebasana headie bakope. The absence of constitutionalism. In other words, indiscipline in government. Indiscipline in government. And the Omaima Ewi and your campaigns from Kwap, His Excellency President Mahama ye and the Ma and some see. No. It was the bad governance. It was the bad governance. It was the gross indiscipline in every sector of the Ghanaian economy. Ubi ohobia ye di ope. National Service, they see and they say, Omwana manufacture ghost workers. National Service, information, you want to know. Ghost workers. And no hunsam no, ye shanimu say EBP. And before we go into the details, said all kind.
Now, one would have thought, say by now, no, ABR remobilization and as a reorganization, Ananka Ebeye the main objective of the party. But it looks as if say individuals no are taking entrenched positions. Those are one more interest in securing certain positions in the upcoming primaries. A year or more ahead, Ashasiye and the meaning simply is that nobody really cares about reorganizing the party, but individual interests, and as I say, a emerge so far.
In politics, are driven by interest. Politics are driven by interest. Constitutions, and you rein in individual interests and synchronize it with the party interest. So see, yes, in the NPP, one national leadership no need credibility.
Okay.
One more ankasa except como resign. Na yes, it's a party no from by reviewing their constitution if they have issues with the constitution. If they don't have issues with the constitution, they should go into the election of new national leaders.
Kessben.
If they are not doing that, then the current leaders will have to sit up. Idea party has a CI and say womu yi a penny for womu belly the party in the next elections. And that is what they think. Say who here party no summary, so be it. In that case, just like you are saying, the politicking no then it is the right thing that is happening in the party.
Yes, but one will make reference to the timing of that particular initiative. And is the timing right? And would the timing be right for the New Patriotic Party at the time? And Brinano have a lot of anger in them at the time. Many thoughts say, and Niema Bibrekos who are buying mono. Ama party no. At the time, the party is preventing people from speaking up, and the case of Adwoa Safo a very clear example. At least you bet me aside.
These issues are also party leaders now are easy. But almost new credibility, almost raising, and they can't insist on anything. As at now. It is as if say leadership being in fact nobody is exercising leadership. Nobody in the party as at now. Or among authoritatively.
The leader be any party ni must say oh.
No, that is why we are saying what we are saying. People struggling, competing aggressively to become the party's flag bearer. At this time, the party itself needs to do very serious introspection and come out with what went wrong and restructure. Restructuring, also a free party, the party's national leadership. If they think the current crop of leaders are okay, then they will have to go through some sort of restructuring, one more renewed energy. Be as at now, one more credibility come from. And until so be a two and more with the hope of leading the party. Because party not had any schedule be out the and that is why everybody is doing what they think they want to do. In the absence of proper structures in the party, individuals here who refer to say one more APA, say one more lead the party going into the next elections. That is what they will do, because in the absence of party Nwankasa, a providing leadership. And the party providing leadership, specifically a providing direction as to what will be happening in the party and in Ghana from the party at this particular moment in time. And nobody is providing any such direction. And the people have energy and they want to exert their energies. So the they are fulfilling one interest. Every member of the party our interest, but also party interest. I direct it as a team, as a body. As at now, be BS anyhow. Ntino bia ye di ogidis or person or yeno. And they will continue to do it until the party puts itself in a position obi betimi akasa with the authority and sana Safo ajai.
Now the party leadership say mandate party for no edema woman haven't expired yet. And you still have chairman in team as the national chairman, Kodua Woho as the general secretary. Now we are told that by the constitution, party new opposition and national chairman becomes the leader. And all these people are there. I mean, definitely we cannot say there is a vacuum. As I say, be a failure by say be raising the whole up for that mantle. But individual interest, overrided the SSN national chairman and any team boom
Omo credibility call from. They are there in person. They are not able to function effectively. They are not able to drive the party forward. They have not provided any direction. Obiabe who say a binding and that we should do this. We are not going to do this. I've been talking about the constitution. Omo constitution, omo review, omo jinis or how omo and sano. In the absence of that, constitution and a provided direction, somebody will have to draw on some provisions in the constitution and get the rank and file in the party to follow suit. Now, at this moment in time, we are in opposition. At this time, 2025, the next election is 2028. What should the party be doing now? Somebody should be doing something from the party. Somebody. And if nothing like that is coming up, a lack of credibility. It can't be ignorance. A lack of credibility. Omokasa obiemfa.
I see. In the coming days, one more host says so many nako and the yen on individual basis. They were human in
They should go into elections where raising an emergency something because the party cannot go on like this. They should go into some sort of election. Otherwise, before they can come together, then sign a link. 2024 is just around 2028 is just around the corner. The party needs to, reorganize and set up and address itself properly to issues. A party in opposition should be doing it. For example, this reverend in Team KCC is so unfortunate.
Okay.
The fact that you are in opposition doesn't mean, sir, you are ready to smear your own country with a tagger. And it's so unfortunate. And then selling Ghana to the international community when you don't have evidence. When you don't have evidence, you should not be the person to tag your country with cocaine issues. You shouldn't be. The man, Papa no one provided evidence. Only the credibility will go completely. The presence as a member of parliament in Ghana will become irrelevant. And as an individual, he will lose a lot. Only evidence, or can't ask him now. He is in bad business. He is in very, very bad business. All these things should not be happening because the party will have to behave responsibly because the party wants to lead Ghana some time to come. You cannot tarnish the image of Ghana today and then hope to take over the same country tomorrow. That would be irresponsible. The party should be interested in this. Are they able to do it? Are they able to me as a member of parliament or can't in Zambia? You can't do that. You can't do that.
Now, Doc, before I wrap up with you, it is expected say Oquaye committee report in the this week. You have already stated, say, report here baby but this is something a party dan kasa decided say yentia bidwaku we should allow the individual people within the party obia emeka reasons in tia womususu say ema party call into opposition. Now it is expected say na watwi mo report betimi aba because time ayedema committee etwemu abroso ma 1 week kra no asan aba beto so how do they accept this report, and after this report how should the party progress going forward?
Some report you say the relevance, will be dead even before it comes out. The very person of Prof. Michael Oquaye is problematic, or a very much an interested actor, given the role his son is playing in the party.
I see.
And closely tied to this Adwoa Safo issue, and the reports in Ankasano might have some divisive tendencies based on some of a report you know. And already I've heard a few people making allusion to Sanya Manyama.
And I said, Doc, report in Ankasa and you're conclusive yet.
But people have issues with the fact that Professor Michael Oquaye and now the chair of SAR committee now they report no bano. Or you're very, very much an interested actor. Very, very, very much an interested actor.
But one would say, and you're non or committee. So if at the end of the day, the bottom line is that all the issues are more expected, say, a bit play out in the report, especially the things I call so. If it finds its way in the report, would you now believe, say, Michael Oquaye committee, have done due diligence and have done a yeoman's job? Because, I mean, it too quick early days here to conclude on that perspective.
The party is terribly divided. The party is terribly divided. A lot of things went on. Omumu bebre culpable. Omumu bebre can't be either passively or actively. And as a Yamano a course.
Okay.
I shall say from the very head. And I don't call Kufuado as the leader of the party. Obey a flag on your from obey a flag bearer now, Kasa. Even when the party was in opposition, and then he started the unconstitutional behavior. It started from there. Report, fine. Let's see what the report will contain. Let's see what the report will contain. You see, in all organizations on earth, formal or informal, leadership is everything.
Okay.
In all organizations, you share the family, anywhere. And you may cause your family move. If it's positive, a leadership. If it is negative, a leadership. So the problem that NPP has now is a leadership.
I see.
The party is very, very weak. If it was possible for somebody like Owura Freddie Blade to become the chairman of the party is weak. Party guided by hardcore values. Our more cherish. They don't have any such thing. Party is weak. And also the bad politics of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Bad politics.
I see.
Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Everything flew from this particular angle. Bad politics. And everybody became influenced. And threats and other things. You either shut up and comply, or you talk and you are sidelined.
I see.
That better. A Timmy Eba. Obi Baye flag bearer no banner. It just said there is some weakness, and I said there's a gap. There's something in the constitution.
Emma leader the be so powerful.
There's something. I've been talking about the fact that we won't review their constitution to see. It should not be possible for such things to happen. Although currently it is also happening in the United States of America. Donald Trump, you shut up or you follow him. Interesting U.S. politics. No, it's interesting. They are looking at certain things that almost by tradition they don't do. For example, they don't replace people in particular positions unless they finish serving their term of office. Military leaders and so on and so forth. Donald Trump is a son following now. Donald Trump is a son, but Donald Trump is a very special person.
Okay.
In the contemporary times, one few presidents will lose elections, and I said, yes, presidents will lose elections are one conceded defeat. That was the 2020 elections. He didn't concede defeat. He didn't accept the outcome of the election. So he didn't concede defeat. Or breaking one more BPR, and he's getting away with it. So at times, when I look at that, then I tell myself there has to be something wrong with democracy.
Okay.
Because especially Americans, they did not want the idea of a king to come up among themselves. They did not want the idea of a king. The federalists, yes.
Yes, before I remember Wakono, I mean, the comeback of the new patriotic party, basically will also have an SSG effect based on Ejuma NDC Abanyi Ebeye Sese. Oshe Kwaya, Womo Afaso, Womo Asasi, Womo Yo, Moniema. If you go to the stronghold of the new patriotic party, regional minister Mwakohene de Watihwa Oye, is it really taking away something from the new patriotic party? And it is too early days yet.
Well, me expect to say.
Maybe so because I heard that what you say. I mean, would
I'm ready to provide some response. Seriously speaking, almost started on a very good footing. But maybe it's too early because my expectations are higher than what is on the ground now.
Okay.
Because I expect the NDC to strategically position itself in Ashanti region. The party knows that, say, here a minimum percentage be of the popular votes from Ashanti region to win presidential elections all the time. The party knows that. A study, I confirm Adi. But doing a study and getting the information is one thing. The information has been with the party all the time. I have not seen them seriously position themselves in a way to take advantage of the fact that Ashanti region, a stronghold of the party, of the NPP, but somehow the NPP has taken people for a ride for a long time. And among what I call gaps are buried them, and people are ready to, if you like, support the NDC.
Is what the regional minister do when actually filling those gaps? I will come once a year now.
Well, I expect him to do that. It's too early. It's too early to talk about, the specifics.
Okay.
Because I want to see outcomes. I want to see outcomes. And I mean, so nothing. On this note, let me also briefly talk about, the Mampong issue, the MCE, and then cases at Eba. As part of a grand strategy, SSA NDC war now Odiye Juma, especially in Ashanti region. Also, party no come down to resolve that issue calmly.
Okay.
Because Mampong the MCE must be an Ashanti. Must necessarily be an Ashanti. Because basically in democracies, your majority rule. When you go to Mampong, the core members of the NDC are Ashanti. But for the sake of democratic principles, majority ruling, you have to do something. It means the individuals now are swap party over the years, The office of the president will have to come in, engage them, and give them other positions.
Okay.
Equally respectable. But those who put in their own interest will want to see their party in power for as long as possible. What I call President Kufuor's principle. Say, our party more, not the last person of prefer self party no wa ban mu chance obey general secretary of a party in opposition. There's so much wisdom in this saying. Like I just started to say, the NDC will have to strategically position itself in Ashanti region to take advantage of the current openings now about NPP Mono. They are in a position to do that.
They've been in a position to do that, there is a texter I was sending me a message. Mami Misa Wansan Wako. I say, why is Dr. Amakye shying away from what the current regional minister of Ashanti is doing? the NDC is working tirelessly through this young guy. And why is he struggling to answer your particular question on what the regional minister is doing? Doc, would you want to make a comment on that?
My general information is that the regional minister is doing commendably. He's doing very well. He has started. The outcomes are not on the ground. The test I know, onti adeba kwase. The outcomes no any here. The outcomes no any here.
And Doc, where the outcomes means what? The amuakohene yes say ya. Many of the views, or making a lot of inroads, as I said, reflecting at the end of the day. Na yehu sampa na juma awoye no impact ni na is that what you are saying?
No, in the absence of that, juma awoye no sin for mass citizens of Ashanti region. In the absence of say they all no on my ma say that ni ho di e wo kwan bi so wo mo abra bomu a so ni mfaso.
I see.
E ba say so ni mfaso. E wo say on my ma.
But you don't think that they was starting, having that level of impact and
it has not started to show too early.
The level at which he is becoming so prompt and so active. BBC he doesn't wait. Now withdrew her on one kasa over the weekend. A lady clean up exercise. Baby SSO mu clean bia on any security council no akabom together with a J4 taking certain measures. Ebebuama Garden City no coming back onto 8 feet. So any no also any reflective on the ground yet.
It's a positive drive, positive beginnings. So an assessment of leader Bia.
Kessben.
We prefer say only pakrono only office. And sana ya assessment on the grounds that Juma Odi eya dia ni pakona jatun such that in his absence they want to continue with it. Okay. We wait till it has become established in the normative lives of the people. Abeye norms in their lives. And it you say o my mu na was a historical pra. Then at that time and you be never go so ama o makwa pra.
Okay.
At this time, power is driving it. It is not enough for us to conclude. I'm a student of political science. It is not enough for me to conclude at this time, sir. The outcomes are on the ground. They are not.
Very well.
They have just started. They are positive moves, but the outcomes are not on the ground. At this time, power is driving all those things.
Very well. Doc, Mamina was
power is driving it.
I'm highly grateful. You must any wedding come. And Dr. Kwasi Amakye, a senior lecturer with KNUST, Kwasi Amakye, and then a political analyst, speaking to us and a lot of controversies. Now, Prof sending messages,